Peace. I told y'all. So now what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to break down the mitochondria gene, or the so-called Eve gene. I'm going to break down the Caucasoid, Arabian, Asiatic / and this is going to surprise people, Rican DNA. I'm going to break all this shit down. So, as y'all probably done noticed throughout the last couple of years, there has been an increase in how hot the sun has gotten, right? So, first I want to break down what is the mitochondria gene? What is the Eve gene specifically, right? The Eve gene is what every black person has, the throne of God. As you probably know, all life originates from this gene. All life originates from the father and the mother, God, right? Now, in the religion of Islam, they call God Allah. But if you understand esoteric meanings within these books, you understand, for one, that Allah stands for arm, leg, arm, head. Now, why is that important? That is the basic archetype of what you can create a human body in, a human being in. So even though we can make man in our image, at the end of the day, man is the image of God. Man is the reflection of God, or Allah. You following me? So all religion in of itself is a trick, because it gives you false hope and it doesn't serve its true purpose of what you, as a melanated, carbonated, or hydrocarbonated being, you, melanated man, woman, it takes away the purpose of why you're here, right? And I want you to understand the science and the genetics behind what's going on, not only with you, but with the sun. So let's break it down. If you do a little bit of research, I'm going to present to you the definition of ionized radiation. Okay. Now, what is ionized radiation and why is it important? Now, as y'all know, before I even read this, the sun gives off gamma rays, microwaves, and different types of ultraviolet light, correct? Have you ever noticed that when you are outside, obviously I probably know, the sun, when it touches or shines on your skin, it makes these ultraviolet lights, like the rainbow. You are a reflection of the cosmos, my nigga. You are God manifested, or the mom, or the father, or the mother manifested, bro. You are God manifested, bro. So when you get these concepts of like twin flame and shit like that, where do you think that originates from? So I'm going to read to you the definition of, or an example backing up what I just said. You can look this shit up, right? Examples include heat and light from the sun, microwaves from an oven, X-rays from an X-ray, or gamma rays from radioactive elements. What is ionized radiation and why is it harmful? Because ionized radiation has enough energy to remove electrons from atoms. Keep that in mind. I'm going to touch on that when I get done saying what I'm saying. It has the ability to change the chemical composition of the material it interacts with. So what the fuck does this mean? So everybody talks about the fact like, okay, well, 666 means you have 6 protons, neutrons, and electrons. That's what makes the so-called carbonated and melanated individual, right? But here's the thing. That also talks about how long it took to make these different races of people using genetic splicing. So when you have in nature, when you have an unnatural entity in an environment, what does it do to survive? It clings on to whatever it can cling on to, like a virus. It cannot survive because it is unnatural to the environment. When you are sick, what does your body do? Your body heats up. Your body heats up. So if your body is heating up, that means that it is killing any unnatural viruses or bacteria that is festering inside your body. So in terms of the cosmos and the earth, or Gaia, as some people may call it, what is it doing? The cosmos is actually showing you who's natural and who's not natural to this fucking planet. If you need another melanated individual to make a so-called mixed individual who has black people DNA, or so-called black people DNA, then you're not natural to this planet. If you need another black individual to even procreate, why do you think interpersonal marriage is so popular? Because it's a race against genetic annihilation, bro. But all this shit was already written thousands of years ago by the elders, the 24 elders, the 24 scientists. This shit was already written before, thousands of years. Thousands of years ago. They knew the god Yakut or Zeus or Satan or whatever you want to call him in these different religions and ideologies. They knew that at the end of the day that this individual or this brother or this individual that beat this being that looked just like you and me was going to come along and create this, have this creation to instill a certain purpose alongside the so-called black woman, which is what we live in the era of self-forgetfulness, bro. Now, we may sit here and live in the age of Aquarius where information is so prominent, but you have to understand something. We are not in the age of believing anymore. Hope never got us any motherfucking where. So you have to actually know what the fuck is going on and who you putting your energy into. Our ancestors are true ancestors, the original beings on this planet when we were first here. We did not worship anything outside of ourselves, bro. We knew ourselves to be God. We knew ourselves to be the co-creator. We knew the so-called woman to be God. We knew the woman was God. We knew the man was God. And that is where the divide has caused this ununification within our people, bro. Was what? Religion. Religion has been the one way to actually trick individuals into thinking that there is power outside of yourself when really the power is within you. See, I may write affirmations, but at the end of the day, where does everything originate from? It originates from your mind, bro. Your words, the word. Why do you think they say in Christianity, the word? It was the word. God spoke the word. God spoke everything into existence. So why do you think that when you say, you know, I'm going to manifest $5,000, not even manifest, I'm going to make $5,000, and then everything kind of aligns up for you to be able to have exactly what you need, because you're co-creating. You are creating. Everyone has their own perspective. Everyone has their own story. Think of quantum theory. Think of the electron theory. How when you're not observing something, it doesn't exist. It only exists unless you are actually observing it. It at that point, it just exists as a wavelength within the ethers of time and space. So it's a possibility. So everything is infinite. There's infinite possibilities. The only difference is that you are limiting yourself of seeing the possibility. It's all creativity. It's all within the mind. It literally said in Romans that God is within you. So if God is within you, that means you are God. I am the spirit. I am more than the body. So I'm going to read off to you again. What is ionizing radiation, and why is it harmful? Because ionized radiation has enough energy to remove electrons from atoms. What does that mean when it comes to the actual molecular structure of a carbonated being versus a 6-ether individual that is not natural to the planet? What happens, like I said, when you have a virus and your body heats up? It destroys the virus on the molecular structure level. So it picks it apart. It's like burning it. It's like burning it. If you look across the internet now, you will see different types of people. Ricans, even white people, Arabs in the Middle East, when they did the walk and they're dying, they're passing out. People down in Florida dying because they're drinking so much fucking water. The sun feeling like it's burning them, like not a usual burn, but more so like a oven burn, like it's cooking you. And see, I think I know the problem is that we don't have knowledge of self. We don't have knowledge of who we are. We're actually scared. So then when people see someone like me actually talking about it and saying it and being able to live it and being able to walk in it, because I'm walking with God, I'm walking with nature, I'm walking with truth, and truth is going to always set someone free. When you walk within that, you understand and you see the synchronicities, bro. I've been saying that shit, bro. If you look at my channel right now, I've been on that. We've been here. The only difference is I decided to come out now and say it. I was been supposed to come out and say this shit years ago. But now is that time. Because now we're moving into the age of where, like I said in previous videos, God is starting to become one. Either you're going to connect to each other with a divine union, divine unity, should I say, or you're going to get lost in the sauce as a spirit, as a being. You're going to lose sight of what's really your purpose here to do. You're so focused on the physical, you're not even focused on what's internal. You think because you enter a different space that your spirit didn't go into a different space, or that your higher self didn't go into a different space. But what do you think? Your higher self went into a different space before your physical went into a different space. That's how you got there. Everything happens before it even gets down to you. So when we're talking and it says that has the ability to change the chemical composition of the material it impacts it with, what do you think is happening, bro? These people are dying. Trickology. Satan fooled you all. He fooled you all. He made you worship him. He made you worship him. He made you believe. He made you believe that he was the true God of the earth when you are God. He took the power away from you. He put you in a position of slavery and made you inferior to the other races of people that are not even supposed to be here. He made you inferior. Made you less of a woman, less of a man. Doubted your creativity. Took away your ability to be able to actually process information and process your trauma because you're so focused on riches and fame and your ego. You're so caught up in your ego. You don't even see this shit. You don't even see what's going on. You can't even see it. Your brain your frontal lobe is probably not even developed enough. Your third eye is probably not even popping out enough. It's not even activated. And if it's not, and if you sit here and you say that you think it is, the truth gonna sit here and come out, because at the end of the day, you know what's really going on. God's gonna walk with you, bro. And you know you're gonna come across the information if you seek it, just like the Bible say. And I'm going to reference it because it has these esoteric meanings and knowledge in it. For example, Jesus or Yeshua being the Son of God, the body of Christ. You are the body of Christ, bro. I had a vision of, to speak on that, I had to think, imagine holiness. Imagine the so-called black woman in their highest form of divine unity. That is you, God. That is you. You are just you're just manifested in a denser form. The whole time you expand beyond the cosmos. You expand beyond the universe. You expand beyond the galaxies. You expand beyond infinity, bro. Your brain probably can't even fathom infinity, can it? Infinity is the idea of nothingness, bro. So you are nothing, no thing. You are everything and no thing at the same time. You exist and don't exist at the same time. I'm sorry. Excuse me for my lisp. You know what I'm saying? But you understand, you understand, and you overstand what I'm saying. So think of, to give you a different perspective of chemical composition, think of rust. Think of rust. Think of if you have, okay, think of a car, the bottom rust of a car. At one point, it was shiny and clean. Over time, it started to rust out, and it became a shell of itself. Think about that. That's what's happening right now. You can sit here and think I ain't really telling the truth, but you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Everything is happening for a reason. And then soon we're going to be able to see, everything unfold the way it's supposed to be unfolding. It's already been written. It was already written thousands of years ago, bro. You think you're not tapped into yourself to even know that is true. Because it is true. It is always written. Everything was always written. It was already written. It was literally in our purpose. It was literally in our purpose to experience all this shit. That's why this shit is meant to happen. You are meant to wake up and understand that you are God. That you are God, bro. That's what you're here to understand. Understand and overstand. Fuck the experience. Fuck the third dimension. This shit is nothing. If you know how to work it, shit ain't nothing. It's just a game. It's reality. It's like bending the laws of physics, bro. It's like that's what Yeshua did. He just bent the laws of physics. The only difference is that I know that my power is that I know how to speak things into existence. I know how to speak a universe into existence. I know how to create a reality. I know how to create. I know how to decide what reality I wish to live in. I can decide what I wish to create with the word, with my mind. I can see the past, the present, and the future all at the same time. And I can see all possibilities of what can occur. But it's up to me if it decide of what I want to create. That's the whole point. It's not to sit here and worship anything outside of yourself. It's to understand that you are the co-creator, bro. You have the elements of the cosmos, bro. You move with nature. You are nature. On a subatomic level, you are the resemblance of the solar radiation that is being emitted and pushed back to the sun or to the earth, because because there's no ozone layer. If you look at the cosmic rays that has been going over the sun, it's now hotter more than has ever been. People talk about, oh, we were gonna get powers back in like 2021. Y'all didn't even understand it. It was the realization of the Christ consciousness, bro. Understanding what the fuck you are. That was your power. That was your true power. That was your true power, bro. And you didn't understand that. So now you got to go through more cycles. Now you got to live in the matrix. Now you got to get stuck in purgatory. The matrix is purgatory, bro. Because think about it. You think you stress so much. Your ego is trying to uphold an image. You don't even know yourself enough to know, to even be understanding why the fuck shit be happening the way it happened. Like, you be sitting there like, damn, life is lifing, but like, whole time, nigga, that's you doing it to yourself. You are punishing yourself because you have no purpose. You are not connected to God. If you knew God, you would know your purpose. And the only way that you would know your purpose if you lived every day intentional, like it was your last. Like, yep, time to call it quits. Like, this is it. Like, this is it. All right. That's living with intention and purpose every day, bro. You feel stuck because you're disconnected from God, bro. So what do you turn to? A loved one passed. What do you turn to? You need guidance, or you need some type of healing or love. What do you turn to every single time? Instead of turning to yourself, you turn to something else outside of you. You focusing on external things instead of focusing on yourself, or focusing on you and what is in here. So I could sit here and wear me a little pyrite, little crystal and shit like that, but I know at the end of the day, it's me. Everything is me. Everything is me, bro. I create this shit. I'm in charge. I control this shit, bro. I control reality, bro. Literally. I decide. I decide what it's going to be. Every time. Every time. I decide what it's going to be every time. Can't nobody change my temperament. Can't nothing change my temperament. Can't nothing outside of me destroy me. I would allow that shit to destroy me. That's the point. You allow this shit. And we just have to understand. Just gotta understand to stop doing it. That's the only way. We in the age of Aquarius. Ultimate accountability. Aquarius is the 11th house. So imagine waiting at the bus stop and it's like, we finna be late to work. We done missed the bus 2 times. We got 1 hour to get there. How the fuck we gonna get there? We gotta think before we actually die. Then we go into the Pisces energy of like, well, now we can just imagine what the fuck it could be. We can imagine, we just sit there and contemplate and think about it and imagine and be in this an illusionary state instead of just fucking knowing that I'm on my way to work or I'm on my way to the fucking destination. I'm not imagining that I'm going to the destination. Nigga, I'm going to the destination. It's either you gonna do it or you don't. The glass is either halfway full or it ain't. You are God, bro. There is no such thing as fucking try. There's no such thing as fucking rituals and all this extra bullshit that niggas be talking about. You are God, bro. That's the point. That's literally the point. That's the point. That's the point. That's the point. That's the point. You are God. What are you talking about? Nigga, you think it, you speak it, it is. What are you talking about? Talking about these rituals, tarot cards, and all this extra bullshit of spirituality. No. No. Those are mediums. Those are just tools if you're not tapped into yourself, and that's completely fine. There are people out there that know how to use that shit and don't even know how to. And there are people that out there that don't know how to use it and have the ability to naturally tap into the same spaces that these mediums and tarot card readers or so-called spirituality leaders in the community can do that they do. I realize that the more I look at tarot card readers, the more that they just all say the same thing that I've already been doing. Proving my point that, okay, you have to live in accountability. And if that's the case, if I'm doing what you're already saying for me to basically do, and I'm already doing it, then what's the fucking point of listening to you? Exactly. If I'm already doing what your reading is saying that I'm supposed to do, what's the point of spirit? What's the point of so-called spirituality if you are not connected to your fucking self? I just dropped some fucking wisdom on your dumb ass. What the fuck is you talking about? Niggas always like, yeah, you can look at your fucking astrology chart. That's great. You have to know where you have to start somewhere. But doing all this, whatever the case may be, yes, I said in my last video, you can do that. But I also told you, you are God, bro. You are God, bro. You don't have to copy. You don't have to be like me. Don't gotta think like me and be like, okay, I'm just gonna sing. No, your gifts and what you can do, you may need certain tools to unlock it. I use writing as a tool. The word, I speaketh. Some people are more in tune to tarot cards. Does that make them wrong? No. But I'm reminding you that you are God, bro. You can always connect to your fucking ancestors, bro. You can always talk to your ancestors, bro. You can always ask a fucking question. They never died. What are you talking about? What is death? That doesn't happen with us. We are nature, bro. Energies just get transferred. It's never destroyed. So that goes back to the quantum theory and the string theory that we spoke about earlier in the video, of the wavelength, of a wavelength only existing as a thought, only as a wavelength, because we're not observing it. But what's to say that it don't exist, though? It does, because it exists as a possibility. So the fact that it's a possibility, that tells you that it actually exists. You just have not accessed it or have perceived it yet, because you have not seen it yet. You get what I'm saying? This is actual science that your scientists will actually tell you is a fucking thing. When I was younger, that shit just came to me as a fucking imagination. I used to think of, I had a theory about the whiteboard theory. That's what I called it, where the universe would expand so much that it would eventually contract and create a new higher high within it of itself. Within of itself, my nigga. So what does that mean? That means consciousness growing, or God connecting as one. All black people connecting as one and understanding that they are all God, but we are all God as one. We are the Christ body. We are all the Christ body. We are all the Christ body as individual and as all one. We're not separate. That was the theory. I just didn't know it yet. I broke it down from a scientific perspective. I said, okay, if I sat here and poured water on the ground and it expanded, okay, it looks like it covers this amount of space. But if I was to sit here and expand my range of perception, now it would seem like a fucking atom. Think about the earth. If you expanded your perception as God, you would look at the waters on the earth as a fucking atom. As an atom. Do you understand that? You would look at the earth as an atom if you were God. You would look at the literal universe as an atom. That is God. That is how God looks up down on itself. That's how you look down on yourself. When you go to look at a reflection in the water, what do you see? You're seeing yourself. You're seeing it in the water. So when they say in the Bible that the Son of God walked on water, what that has so many different esoteric meaning, bro. So many different esoteric meanings that you don't even understand, but you're caught up in the lie. You're caught up in the trickology of this shit. That's what these beings, that's what that being used to create and have his creation. His creation used that shit to enslave you, to take your power away from you. Trickology. Look it up. Look it up. There's a reason why I study this shit. There's a reason why I study this shit. It's not because I want to sit here and no. It's because I'm studying them, their nature. Anywhere they go, all of them, they all what? They all take greed, violence, infidelity, having sex with their brother or their sister or their mom, their dad. That is not even natural within our people, bro. When we found these people in the Caucasus Mountains, what the fuck were they doing? They was shitting everywhere and sleeping in the same spot that they shitting at. We gave them science. We gave them astrology. We gave them mathematics. And then, of course, what? We gonna sit here and go to the same schools just for them to teach us that shit? Teach us their watered down version of what the truth is? Think about that shit, bro. Think about that shit, bro. They say that all life originated from Africa, but how do they not know that we were everywhere? That we were already in Europe. We were already in North America, South America, Australia, Asia. They don't show you they're gonna sit here and that's another thing too. But at the end of the day, you have to understand though. That's the point. So what are you? What are you? You are a lower version of the higher version. You are in the image of God, bro. You are the image of God, bro. You don't even get it. You don't even get it. And the sun, the cosmos, the universe gonna confirm that, bro. You can't run away from that. You can't sit here. You can't debate that. It's the truth. And it's not racist. It's not a race war. None of that shit, bro. It's the truth. And we have to understand that as a people so then we can make the decision that we need to make to come together before it's too late. God needs to become one again. That's the point. God needs to become one again. God needs to find itself again. Everything comes in threes. I'm telling you. People saying it's hot. They don't even know how to take it. You'll see. Peace. Peace and abundance. I'm out.